I am rich in the riches of God. A homeless man can say to you that he is happy because he lives in a state of abundance. Alive or dead, you are either happy or unhappy. Unhappiness is beautiful. That's it, honey. It will soon be over. There are people who want to be right, of course. Most people will be like that. That's the purpose of life for them. But these people, they're always, look at them, they're not going to be rich people. Never a person who's right is going to be rich.
Like it's illogical.
Why?
A man of wealth, he tends to make decisions and make the right decisions.
You're talking about financially secure, I'm talking about rich.
Is that different?
Wealth, of course, is different. Wealth includes health, relationships, and money. I am rich in the riches of God. Have you ever considered that God and wealth have the same basic root? That is, you are comprehensive, holistic, fulfilled, and abundant. A rich person is always a generous person because they live in a state of abundance. The state of abundance gives you insight and understanding and a sense of happiness. A materially affluent person always wants to be right. Just because he is materially well off never makes him happy.
Where is this happiness? How do you find it?
Happiness is accepting what is and fully accepting the way it is, and choosing one's own path, one's own movement, no matter what and how it is.
Is the homeless man lying outside the train station happy in his own way?
If that's his choice, he's happy.
In a husband-wife relationship, it often happens that the husband doesn't meet his wife's expectations or the other way, but this can't be called happiness.
They won't say they're happy. A homeless man can tell you I'm happy.
How then to be happy in a relationship?
Wherever you become happy, you can only be happy if you are happy without a relationship. In general, I have such a rule which I teach all my clients and students. If you're happy with yourself and you are happier with another, you will have a happy, developing, long, supportive relationship. If you are not happy and you are happy with the other, that's it, honey. It will soon be over.
Why?
Because unhappiness is beautiful. Because unhappiness will make you develop. If you can't evolve in a couple and only two happy people can evolve in a couple, then you will be left alone to evolve. You may write a beautiful song because you're unhappy. You'll go and find any number of trainings and go learn something because you're unhappy. You'll go and change your profession. You'll look for some profession finally. So unhappiness will move you on your path. Definitely. And when you find happiness, that is the next stage of development. Joint happiness, 1 + 1 = 3. You will search for the happiness of the other, which is beyond the reach of one.
There are often situations when a girl says, I got flowers and I am so happy. She has flowers, she is happy.
We're not talking about global happiness, but about moments of happiness. We need moments of happiness to keep moving, to keep living. Happiness can't be more or less. It's like you're half dead, you know, or half alive. It can't be like that. You're either alive or you're dead. You're either happy or unhappy. There's no in between. There's no level of happiness. I want you to rate your level of happiness on a scale of 1 to 10. It's impossible. You're either happy or unhappy. If it's in the middle, it's probably toward no.
Happiness can take some getting used to. For example, if a husband gave his woman flowers and he starts giving flowers every week, then a year later she's like, oh, flowers? Again?
You can get used to everything. That's why you have to evolve. You move from some small town and it makes you happy that you have moved to a big city and you live in a communal room. You sleep at your friend's house on an armchair and you're happy. Then at some point you grow up, you develop, and it's your own bed that makes you happy, your own bed. Then you grow, you develop, and you're happy with your own room, then your own apartment. The level of development determines the level of your happiness.
As for me, the level of happiness, the amount of happiness, immense happiness, is always the amount of unhappiness before it. The story about the car, remember I wanted a car for 4 years, I bought it, I was the happiest. Now I can buy a car tomorrow and it won't make me as happy. So the more I suffered without something, the happier I'll be.
We're talking now then more about the level of fatness of the ego. The fatter the ego, the more a person needs to increase his happiness. But at some point, a person can get some fatal disease and realize that, God, what a blessing it is to be alive at all. I once watched an interview with a doctor, I don't remember his last name, and he works in intensive care all the time. He is an operating surgeon, and he said that for me, happiness is that I go to the toilet by myself and that I eat with my own hands. You know, everyone has their own level of happiness.